Hello and welcome. Today I thought we would do a quick get ready with me using the new Jones Road Bobbi Kit 5.0. So this is in celebration of their 5th anniversary. This was gifted to me. It does come in 2 different color stories. I have the color story Chic, which is the lighter one, and Cheeky is the deeper one. All right, so our kit does come in one of these bags, which, you know, these are great for traveling. You can snap them closed. And inside we have some new products. I'm pretty excited about what we have in here. Let me show you everything. So first up, we have a mini Miracle Balm in the shade Chic. So let me go ahead and swatch this. All right, so here is Chic. I love digging into that for the first time. But here's Chic. You can see it's kind of like a dusty rose kind of shade. Very pretty. It's almost like dusty rose with a touch of terracotta. So it's a little bit of a warm rose, yet it's closer to neutral than warm. Now, something I've been really excited for, which is new, is the Illuminator. And this is going to be the shade Baby Pink. Look at this. So this has a gel-like consistency. This is emollient. And you can see it's kind of like a rosy champagne. There is some warmth to this. Now, if you're familiar with what the Miracle Balms smell like, this has kind of the same type of scent to it, but it's much, much more subtle. So if you haven't tried the Miracle Balms, you know, I feel like they smell exactly like Egyptian Magic. If you've ever used that, it's kind of like Aquaphor, but it's like an herbal version. And that's what we get with this. We have a much more subtle version of that with the Illuminator. We have the Best Pencil in Espresso, which is a new shade. This is a deep brown, like a brown black kind of shade. I really like these eyeliners. They are more of your like old-fashioned, more like powdery texture eyeliner, but they just work really well. They are very consistent. And then we have a new lip balm called The Lip, and this is going to be in batch 18. So sounds like this is still something that they are kind of testing out, but it says this is the shade that inspired Jones Road. So you can see it's got this kind of, you know, a bronzy cocoa. And then the item I have been most anticipating is the eyeshadow stick, and this is going to be in the shade Smoky Brown. I love the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow sticks. They are still my favorite eyeshadow sticks. I can't wait to see what the Jones Road ones are like. So the packaging on this is heavy duty. So it is definitely going to be, you know, more of that aluminum and plastic kind of mix, but it feels more weighted. And wow, it's super creamy. And this is the shade Smoky Brown. So this is the Bobbi Kit 5.0. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring you in and we're going to get started. All right, so for base products, I'm going to use the Jones Road. This is the Everyday Sunscreen. I have the shade Untinted, so it's the plain one. I love to use this as a primer. It is a really nice mineral sunscreen. So I'm going to put this on. And then for my actual like foundation and stuff today, I'm going to use Merit the Uniform. I wear shade 30. And then I'm also going to use the Merit Stick in Chiffon. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on right now. All right, so this is my base, and you can see it's got that nice dewy fresh look. Very, you know, it's lighter in coverage. We're going to start off with the eye. So I'm going to bring you in closer. We're going to start off with the eye crayon. So again, swatches, this is the Best Eye Pencil in Espresso. This is our eye crayon, our brand new eye crayon in Smoky Brown. This here is the lip tint, and this was in batch 18. And up here we have the Miracle Balm in Chic and the Illuminator in, what was that, Rosy Pink? Oh, Baby Pink. So that's everything here. We're going to start off though with the eye crayon. All right, so let's start off with just kind of a softer application here along the lash line. And then I'm going to take, this is the Sonia G Jumbo Blender from the travel set, the SUQQU set. Just going to kind of soften that out. And you can see you can get a really light, soft look that way. Let's go a little bit deeper on the other eye and then we'll compare them. So this time I'm just going to kind of put more product on. And we'll just kind of soften this a bit. Blend it out. Oh, making a mess. All right, so those are both kind of soft and light applications. Let me back you out. So you can see how lightly you can make them. Let's go ahead, we're going to make them a little bit more pigmented now. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to add more product on here using the same brush still. Just kind of blending this more in the crease. And I think that is a good depth of color for today. So we're going to stick with that. So we don't need too much more on this eye. We're just going to add a little bit here. All right, so I think those look pretty even. I'm just going to clean this up a bit. All right, so as you may have noticed, I did not add any eye primer or anything. I want to see how well these sticks hold up when my skin's a little bit dewier, a little bit oilier. And, you know, the reason for that is I love the Bobbi Brown sticks. And those work well for me basically in all conditions. I very rarely get any creasing from them with or without a primer. So I want to see how these compare to that. I'm going to go ahead and add the espresso pencil here. And just sticking close to the lash line, just making some little lines here. So what I'm really waiting for from Jones Road, I love their mascara and I want to see it in brown. I really kind of thought that would be coming out because, you know, so many of the brown mascaras, you know, brown's like the popular mascara color right now. So I'm hoping that's something that is coming out soon. Okay, I'm just taking my pinky here, just smudging that a little bit. I have to say the pencil still feels fairly emollient, so just see how it holds up throughout the day. All right, so I'm going to take the Chanel mascara from Holiday. This is in the shade Anthracite, and it's kind of like this really nice grayish purple shade, and just something a little different here. So just gonna add a little bit of that, but I have to say the Jones Road mascara is awesome, especially if you want volume, really awesome. If I had that right now, I'd be using that one. And I'm gonna be a little lazy with the brows today. I'm going in with the SUQQU brow gel in shade number 2, Sand. So this one is the coloring eyebrow gel. And yeah, I know my brows need to be done. So next we're gonna go in with the Miracle Balm. And I'm just gonna use this kind of as blush. So I'm gonna just tap some of this on, and yeah, it stays emollient. You know, Miracle Balm is kind of one of those products that some people love it and some people hate it. I'm kind of more in the middle on it. Like I like some of them as blushes, like the deeper shades that they have, I do wear as blushes. But this isn't something that's a little bit too emollient for me to use in larger spaces on my face. So I like it when I have something more pigmented that I can kind of blend out as a blush, and you can see it adds like this dewy shine and so forth. But you know, my skin's just not quite dry enough for me to use it in larger areas. Let me back you out so you can see what we have so far. So here's our Miracle Balm in Chic. Again, this will kind of, it doesn't set down. This is just, it's an emollient balm, but it gives a really nice sheen to it, and it gives a touch of color. Some of the ones, you know, you can get like the lighter ones that can be used all over your face for some shine. We have our eyes here. And so far, a nice, very natural daily look. Let's add the illuminator. All right, so here is our baby pink illuminator. And let's go ahead, we're gonna just add some of this here. You can see it has a nice sheen to it. It's a bit more pearlescent than the Miracle Balm. You know, it's not just a glossy sheen. We have a little bit of pearl to it. And let's add a little bit of this up here actually as well. Just kind of right below the brow. Just, I feel like maybe you can see the color a little bit better this way since we don't have the Miracle Balm here as well. You can see the sheen. All right, so this is everything so far except the lips. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lips. So as we're looking at the lip application, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this set. According to Jones Road, it says, to celebrate 5 years of Jones Road, the Bobbi Kit 5.0 is here with 5 exclusives for a laid-back statement look. It features not yet released products and shades and is available in 2 versatile colorways, chic or cheeky. These are polished yet unfussy essentials that round out any statement look. And what Bobbi Brown says about this kit, it says, this kit has everything I love, classic tones, versatile products, plus a few new surprises. And it's even more special because it includes the lip in batch 18, the lip that inspired me to start Jones Road. 5 years later, it's still one of my favorites. Love, Bobbi. So texturally, the lip feels just like the lip tints that we see in the slim style packaging from Jones Road. It feels just like that. It smells like that. So I don't know if it's the exact same formula or if it has been tweaked or changed in any way, but I would definitely say that those are pretty similar. This is a nice, you know, kind of a cocoa with a touch of bronze to it. There is a little bit of mint in the formula there. So if that's not something you're a huge fan of, you know, this lip product isn't necessarily for you, but I would definitely recommend that you try out the new Jones Road lipsticks. I love those. So overall, I think this is a really great kit. It's a great way to try out Jones Road if you haven't already, but it's also a great way if you have already tried Jones Road to kind of get a sneak peek at some products that are hopefully coming out soon, like the illuminator and the eyeshadow sticks and so forth. So we'll definitely take a look at a wear test on the eyeshadows. You know, at the end of the day, I'll pop back in. As for my initial impressions though, you know, I think this is a nice kit because one, the color of this, these like cocoa brown colors, that's the color I personally always associate with Bobbi Brown. You know, it was kind of like the theme of the original Bobbi Brown line, and seeing it in Jones Road, it just makes a lot of sense to me. So, you know, I feel like the colors in this kit really just scream the makeup artist Bobbi Brown to me. And I'm really excited to see some products that for me have always been staples from her original line, like the eyeshadow stick. So definitely can't wait to see how that performs. Now let's talk a little bit about these products. And the Miracle Balm in Chic, as I mentioned, this is going to be an emollient balm that, you know, you can kind of sheer out, you can blend out and so forth, but you're always going to have a little bit of that tacky emollient texture. If you are unfamiliar, you know, it's more of like that ointment style texture, like something like Aquaphor, Vaseline, Egyptian Magic, and it does have that herbal fragrance to it. So it's a really nice product, but it is something that, you know, some people love, some people hate. So it really kind of depends what you like. It works best for dry skin. The illuminator is also going to be more of a balmy texture illuminator, but this, you know, it doesn't 100% set, but when you do kind of put this on, it will set probably about 80 to 90%. So, you know, it's not going to stay and move around, but it is also not going to dry down to a powder finish. So it is, you know, it's a balm highlighter. As for the eyeliner in Espresso, I love these. If you have something on your finger, like I just had a little bit of Miracle Balm there, you can smudge these out. If you do not, you know, they stay put pretty well, but basically, you know, it is more of a traditional pencil. It's got more of that powdery pencil texture to it. You can leave this in a precise line, or you can smudge it out fairly easily. And I think, you know, they're not irritating. They feel nice on the lids because it's not because they're creamy, because they're not, you know, they are more of that pencil texture, but it just feels like you don't have all these extra ingredients in there that could potentially be irritating. So for me, in that way, you know, I find them to be very comfortable and, you know, just they get the job done without extra things that could be irritating. So I personally really love their eyeliners. I've got quite a few of them. The eyeshadow stick, you know, I'm on the fence with this so far. We'll see how the wear update goes, but it does still feel a little emollient. It has not fully set down like the ones from the Bobbi Brown makeup line do. So I'm not sure if they are going to dethrone my favorites here, but I do really like the color. It's very creamy, very easy to apply. Nice way to get kind of a soft color or build it up a bit. So, you know, we'll see how that performs in the wear test. And the lip, I feel like this is the same as the lip tint in the Slim Style packaging. So, you know, I like those. You get basically a sheer lip tint. It does have like a little bit of a minty fragrance to it. It's not irritating though. It's not one that's overwhelming with mint where you feel like lip plumping or anything like that. So I think the colors in this kit, again, really scream, you know, Bobbi Brown to me. So very happy with this. Thank you to Jones Road for sending me this set, by the way. So very happy with this. And I'm just going to pop back in a second with the wear update. All right, so popping in with the wear update. It's actually only been six or 7 hours now. So I wanted to go ahead and show you how everything has performed. So here are the eyes. You can see we definitely have creasing. I first started noticing it, you know, I checked around the 2-hour mark and there was already some faint creasing. Not as bad as this, but it was there. So I'm a bit disappointed by that. You can see the eye pencil has stayed. You can see, you know, I can still feel the Miracle Balm. You can still see the pigmentation. And I do like the sheen from the highlighter here. I removed the lip because I like to take off my lip products before eating. So this is everything. So I hope that was helpful, but I have to say I am disappointed with the eye crayon. You know, it just didn't hold up as well as I was hoping. It's too emollient. It doesn't fully set. So yeah, it doesn't beat my favorite Bobbi Brown ones personally. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this has been helpful. And again, thank you to Jones Road for sending me the set today. And I have to say, I think it's a really nice set. One of my favorite things about this set is the fact that we've got all these new items here. You've got sneak peeks, you've got new shades. So you don't have to worry about, oh, do I already have that? Let me go through and see whether I have this or that. Does it even make sense to buy the kit? And so forth. So I think that's one of the nice things about Jones Road sets in general. They're very thoughtfully put together. So yeah, I'm really happy with those. So I think this is a really nice set for, you know, everyday easy makeup. And again, it's something you can put on. You don't even need any brushes or anything if you don't want. You know, all of these products go on so easily and they're easy to wear. You can layer them, you can add depth and so forth. So, you know, it's a nice set. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you very soon. I hope you have a wonderful day.